Okay, so we're going to pretend like we're new to this. We've never heard this stuff before in our life. And we hear Michael say, we got a high there. We got a low there. Come on, man. Click on there. Right. Right. We got a high there. We got a low there. Right. So, right, we come forward and we break through that high. Right. Mark. Yeah, we got a high there, low there. We come up and break through that high. Right. And when we come back down and break through this area right here, now we got a breaker. Right. Now we got a breaker. Where's my freaking breaker? Okay. That's when the breaker was created right there. Right. I'm going to push it over to that calendar to make sure we incorporate everything. Okay, so now let's go back here. Now, this is how ICT does it, right? Remember a long time ago, right? When I said he got, well, I'm just going to keep going, right? Okay, so let me get my mic voice. So we're in the 1 minute time frame, and we know that this is our 15-minute breaker. And you're gonna trick yourself that you've seen it, you saw this as it was happening. But we have our 15-minute breaker here. Price rallied above the old high. We had the previous high. This was the previous low. Price rallied above the previous high. Right now, for me, since I'm more advanced than you, right? I'm already anticipating this breaker, right? I'm already anticipating this breaker. So when price rallies up, taking out we've taken out the previous high. It rallied up above, and I got heavy distribution to the downside, taking out this 1 minute swing low. That's enough for me to go in on the 1 minute fair value gap, placing my stop above here. That's enough for me to go in here. But the way I teach you all to trade this breaker is to wait until it breaks through. You create the breaker. I'm already anticipating the breaker. This is where, here's your silver bullet setup right here. This is your silver bullet right there. Right there. You come into that fair value gap after creating the breaker. That's your silver bullet setup right there. And you'll put your stop above the high, above the fair value gap. And that's how I teach you. Now you will see me add on to my position here, but this is how I teach you to trade. That's your silver bullet setup right there. Right now, what did he say? That's your silver bullet setup right here. Right now, fast forward to 2023. Fast forward to 2023. Right. 2023 time 10 a.m. 11 a.m. Let's go back to we ain't got the calendars yet, so let's go back to Friday. 11 a.m. Let's go to 15 minutes. All right. Let's go to 15 minutes here. Here we go. We're going to 10 o'clock. We're going into the macro. We've attacked liquidity, right? We've attacked the imbalance. We know this because we talked about this Friday, right? We're up here. We're looking for a setup. Let's go to the 1 minute. We're looking for a setup. We already know we attacked liquidity. We attacked the imbalance. So now we're looking for an opportunity to punish those that's been winning, right? So we took out buy side liquidity already. We attacked the imbalance. We went above that buy side once, twice, 3 times, quick distribution to the downside, breaking market structure there. That's your bread and butter setup right there. What's the time frame between 10 and 11? There's your silver bullet trade right there. There's your silver bullet trade. Wait a minute, Michael. You said the silver bullet trade is only in between 10 and 11. But back over here, you told me that this was my silver bullet trade right here. You told me this was my silver bullet trade right there. And that was at 4:40 in the morning. That was during the London. Michael, you're confusing me. So what did he say? He said, we had a break in market structure, right? Where we took liquidity. I mean, we had a liquidity run where we took liquidity run, liquidity sweep, however you want to name it. I don't get caught up in that. We took liquidity and then we had heavy distribution, right? With a break in market structure. And we retraced back to an imbalance. This is where he went in. We had a break in market structure, creating a breaker. We had to retrace back to an imbalance. This is where he teaches us to go in, because he has the knowledge and the experience to understand that since we've gotten to this destination and we've set up with a high and a low and we broke through that high and we had this heavy distribution down, 9 times out of 10 we're going to come down and create this breaker, right? So he will take the early entry here. And he teaches us to wait for the confirmation of the breaker and take it here. So there's the silver bullet. There's the shot that's going to kill the werewolf. There's the shot that's going to get you the results that you want. That's your silver bullet, right? When people think about, he ain't saying this, just the way I internalize it in me. When people think about a silver bullet, they think of something that can kill a werewolf, a formidable foe. When people think about a silver dagger, they think about something that can kill a vampire, a formidable foe. This is the stuff that's been ingrained in us over years with all of these fairy tales and folklores or whatever you want to call it. Just like Jesus used to speak in parables and use terms that made sense to these people at that time where they can understand it. Right? The silver bullet is not so much. So I had to stop listening to what he was saying so that I can hear what he was saying. Right? So just because he may call this a silver bullet, just because he may call this a bread and butter, just because he may call this whatever, stop listening to what he's saying, right? Tim, you confusing me. Okay. What is he saying? Silver bullet, bread and butter. Right? Silver bullet, bread and butter. That's what he's saying. Right? That's what he's saying. Silver bullet, bread and butter. He said that's what he's saying. So I had to stop listening to what he was saying, right? So that I can hear what he was saying. Um, uh, I had to stop listening to what he was saying so I could hear what he was saying. Don't matter what he's saying if you don't understand what he's saying. Y'all feel me? Are you feeling me now? Are you feeling me now? Because if he was to come out here and say this right here, it would be easy to understand for me, because I think analytically. It's like I analyze everything. I need to know why. I need to know the back. But some people need to hear this. This might hurt some people's head. Some people may just need to hear this. But what we get caught up is we only think this exists right at this point in time. Just like right now, there's a lot of people on Al Gore's internet that think that the silver bullet trade only exists between 10 and 11. And that's not true. A silver bullet trade can exist outside those windows. But this is just me talking now. And I hate to speak for this man. I think that he's trying to get people to focus on a time where he know that even lazy people can be successful. I truly believe that he really wants to help as many people as possible. And he's racking his freaking 50-year-old brain to try to figure out how to help as many people as possible. So I believe that he's restricting you to a very small 1-hour window, looking for a very small amount of points, something that even lazy people who don't want to learn anything, just tell me what to do, tell me when to do it, tell me how to do it, and I want to be successful. That's just me. That's why I think he's locked it into 1 hour and said this is the silver bullet trade. Because like Marcia said, he's used that term before. He's used that term before. Right? And then if you look over here, like this, let me zoom out. Right? Let me zoom out. Because remember when she was talking about, he was talking about in the market maker sale mod, the market maker script. But look at this right here. This is what? This can be the makers of what? A market maker sale model right there. See that? Right there where I came in and picked that out. and was like, hey, this is where he go in, that right there, make the breaker. That can be your silver bullet there. Yep. What you say there? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm in the shadows too. What is your Discord? Oh, that's your middle name? Yeah, he has trade styles for everyone. The scary and the lazy, the fast and the slow. Yes, for everybody. Yeah. I didn't know that was your middle name. I be seeing that Peyton in the Discord, but I didn't know that was your middle name. It's also no coincidence that it aligns with the first macro. Exactly. All that it's like it's y'all remember back when Mark Monroe, back when he him and Jolene first started doing the videos with the Come Up series, and Leap Options was like all the rage in England, right? Once we got, and once I want to say they was either like almost done, like teaching everything about it, or it was deep into it. And I remember he was like, I started you at the end and walked back to the beginning so you'll know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing of it is, like with ICT stuff, it's like it's so much stuff to teach. If you go in and absorb it all, right, you're not going to know what to do with it, right? Just absorbing all. If you go through and look at all his core content, if you go through and look at all his core content and absorb all the core content, when you sit down and watch him read Price, everything he say will make perfect sense to you, right? You won't have the experience needed to be able to call it like he can call it, but everything he say will make perfect sense because you got all of the background work, like language. You know what I'm saying? You got all of the background language, so when he's saying stuff, it makes sense to you. But if you haven't gone back and looked at all of the core content, you would get lost in some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But again, don't focus so much on what he's saying, right? But focus on what he's saying, right? No matter what he called it, get the understanding of what it's doing, right? No matter what he called it, get the understanding of what it's doing.